send it back. Everybody should have their phones muted.
No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along
That's
if you
right.
feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth.
Attitude, gratitude. What you happy for, man? We do ask that you keep your lines muted. Thank you so much for joining us on the call. First, I give thanks for the creative source of this universe, and I give thanks to my mother, Shirley Hardy, the elder in my life. Thank you for joining us and sharing with us how you are moving from disease care to conscious self-health care. Somebody needs to mute their phone, or Jamal is going to drop them right now. We wish to honor your walk from the old belief system of disease treatment for correcting your cellular malfunctions. It's not selfish to honor yourself, love yourself, put yourself first, take care of yourself, and make your happiness a priority. Family, community, and friends, it's time to connect with the vibration of happiness. Being healthy starts with being happy, and those who are happy are much, much healthier. Please mute your phone. Jamal, don't bring anybody else into the chat room. Thank you. Greetings to you all in love and kindness. Thank you for tuning in via the internet and through the conference landline, and for sharing the good news from this show with your family and friends. You are tuned into Heart2Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K, right on the airways of Inner Light Radio, the healing frequency. And yes, you are listening to a live broadcast. Whew. You can email your questions or comments to innerlightradio@yahoo.com. innerlightradio@yahoo.com, or you can Facebook Brother Jamal with comments or questions. You can call in and share to 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. We do ask that you mute your phone. You are entering a live chat room. And if you are entering the live chat room to listen to the call, we do ask that you hang up your phone and go to innerlightradio.com to listen to the call from your computer speakers. And we will invite you to join the conversation by your Skype name or your Skype number. So once again, we welcome you to the Conscious Wellness Checkpoint. For most people, it's a choice point. And now it's time to check the pulse of your thoughts and your consciousness and your action. My regular friends that join me in the chat room are Rachel Pope, Blessings Flow Empire from Waldorf, Maryland, and Wanda K. Whitaker, Anchored in Spirit from Pacifica, California. And once again, I'm Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks, talking to you live from Washington, D.C. Our very special guest joining us in the chat room this evening is our 24 recipients of the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award of the Year recipients and their nominator, Miss Michelle Edmonds, and they are going to share their success stories of moving from the thought of disease care to conscious self-health care, taking responsibility for their health. That is what our movement is all about, the self-care movement. That is what Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day every April 30th is all about, honoring the individuals that have taken back control of their health care and recognizing someone in the community that is making a shift in people's consciousness, and they receive the Community Visionary Award of the Year. Our recipient this year was Dr. Marcus Lorenzo Penn from California, an MD that practiced self-care in his healthcare practice. He likes to prescribe poses for prescriptions opposed to drugs for prescription. And that's what we're talking about, helping individuals move to a better state of healthcare through self-care and self-responsibility. So we do thank you for tuning in and joining us on the call today as our recipients, in which officially I am honoring them right now that they are the official recipients of the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award of the Year co-recipients, Pastor Wilton DeGraffe and Christine Karmo from Grace Gospel Tabernacle Church. Okay. Thank you very much. And so, thank you all for tuning in and sharing with us today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Michelle Edmonds. I'm going to introduce Michelle Edwards to the community, and then she is going to introduce Pastor DeGraph, and he's going to share his story, and then he's going to share the story of how he brought the information to the members of his church and how we got to honor Christine. She will come in and share her story. That's how the program is going to go tonight. And so thank you all for tuning in and sharing with us today. First, Michelle Edmonds is an entrepreneur with a long-standing commitment to public health and social justice. And we do ask that you mute your phone or you will be dropped from the call. As a public speaker and writer, topics include Serenity's top 7 fat habits, the politics of weight loss, detox your mind or the fat will come back, and the weight of anger. In the area of social justice, Ms. Edmonds fought for the right of the mentally ill to live independently, and she championed their right to choose self-care. Her house motto was covered by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution for its challenge to the Olmstead decision, which federally mandated independence. A magna cum laude graduate, Ms. Edmonds also holds 2 master's degrees and received her doctoral training from Columbia University in counseling, psychology, and adult education. Michelle is the author and co-founder of Serenity Weight Loss and Detoxification Program, founded in 1992, and the Serenity Challenge, a virtual grant-funded wellness initiative started in 2013. As Senior Executive Marketing Director at Longevity. Internationally, she mentors an awesome team of wellness crusaders committed to self-care and non-drugging solutions to healthcare. Michelle Edmonds, through her program, Serenity Challenge, nominated the 2 recipients this year. Michelle Edmonds, welcome to Heart2Heart Healthy Living.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much. What an awesome, warm introduction. I appreciate that.
Yes, Michelle, I am so thankful for the work that you are doing. And I'm mostly thankful for the call that went out to practitioners to nominate someone that they have been working with that they felt was moving in the right direction of conscious self-health care, that had shifted their energy, that had changed the paradigm in their health care, and to nominate them for the Self-Care Award of the Year. So I thank you for accepting that nomination and nominating your 2 recipients. And I want to share that the ones that gets the award of the year is through the individuals that attend the program. There are certain points that are awarded as people bring in the information. But at the program is where the people that hear the stories, they decide who is the one that receives the award. Well, this year that didn't happen the way. And it was amazing the way this happened. The movement that you have with working with churches and individuals within that environment and what I'm doing coincides, it works together. But this year, we started off community with 15 people on the train ride that was going for the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award of the Year. Before the year was out, 5 people dropped back, and that left 10. And then 2 more came on, and it was time to send out the nominations. So 12 nominations went out. Out of the 12 nominations went out, 4 came back saying that they felt that they wasn't ready to be a recipient for the award. They wanted to do more work. And so we honor that. Even though we might see something different, we honor where they are because it's a partnership. And so those 4 decided they didn't want to be honored. Then 3 came back and said that they wanted just to be mentioned, that they were on the train ride, that they didn't want to be honored as well. And so then we was down to, from the 12, we were down to 8, and then there was 4 left. And you have a deadline that you have to send everything in so we can do the process. And so 2 of those informations didn't come in on time. And the two that we had was the pastor and the member of the church. And so by the time we got to the program, Michelle, there was only two people. There was no way that we could possibly have the two put together to see who was going to win the award, because that was a partnership. It was the universe. It was God's will to have this work out this way. I know it was. And when I realized that it was just those two, I'm actually telling the community, I sat there and cried, because I saw what the universe was doing and how they was putting two movements together for the church to help their members through using the Bible, that spiritual information, to take care of their physical body as well. And I cried because it's awesome, because it was bringing two major movements together at one time. So thank you for the work that you're doing, Michelle, and bringing us to this point right here. And that's how you two became nominated, co-nominees of this event. God did this.
That is awesome. Phenomenal.
Yes. So, Michelle, share with us about your program, the process that brought Pastor DeGraph to you, and then not telling his story, but how you assisted him, and then you can bring him in, and he will tell his story. And before we bring him in, we'll take a break after we talk with you.
Okay, that'll be fine. Actually, Dr. K, we have known each other for almost 15 years, but we reunited and started working closely together on the church initiative 2012, October of 2012. And my vision, along with my husband, who was my co-founder before he passed, our vision was to bring a wellness program to the church, not a health fair, but a program where people were actually taught what to do about that high blood pressure, about being simply constipated, about what do we do about that high blood sugar. And so Pastor DeGraph was someone I had known a while. I reached out to him. Actually, it was mutual. One of the first things we began working on was actually Pastor DeGraph himself. Mm-hmm. And he will tell that story. But we began the initiative in his church in 2012, October, with a conference call for key congregants in his church. Christine Karmo was one, and we just let it rip, Dr. K. He sowed it as a gift to his congregation, and we had teleconferences. I gave wellness information about the benefits of pooping, everything from how to poop more to what to eat. How's that for a transition?
That's right. Yes. Yes, most definitely. Yes. Wow.
And with Pastor DeGraph breathing over their shoulder, they had no choice but to listen.
Wow.
Because he wasn't playing, I wasn't playing.
Mm-hmm. But that's a big difference. That's a big difference. You said you wasn't willing to go into church and just do health fairs. You wanted to get into the church, to work side by side with the pastor, to really make a difference, to let people really look at things from a different perspective. And so that's the difference. And that's been my mission. And most people know that I'm a health minister for Hallelujah Acres. And one of the main reasons why I shifted my nutritional background into Hallelujah Acres is because I wanted a program that was working spiritually to assist people with letting go and taking more responsibility of their health care. And in a sense, that's how we kind of met. Somebody's online that we hear in the background noise from. And so can you let go of that background whistle and we'll be okay. And so anyway, so we're excited. I lost my train of thought. So we're excited what's going on and where we are right now. And so Michelle, continue talking and sharing with us while I get back on track.
Well, you actually dittoed and underlined my key point, which is, no disrespect, but health fairs annually with a traditional allopathic physician in the corner testing diabetes, high blood pressure, yet one more year, the person walks away, yep, you're high. Okay. No disrespect, but Dr. K felt very strongly that we needed to do more.
Yes.
What can we go in? Can we give them a quick instructional 14-day period where we have a specific measurable indicator, such as weight.
Okay. That's why you chose Serenity Weight Loss Challenge for the church, because it's measurable and they can see.
That's correct.
And that's the beginning to your understanding about health care, because we do know that a small person can be unhealthy, but to understand more and to be able to see things, we go with the weight issue and understand and look at it from that point of view. And so that's great. That's wonderful, a way to approach it so people can have measurable and see as they learning about how to take care of the body. And so you have a 14-day program that people can really see, and then they can really get involved with the nutritional side of how to properly take care of the cells. That's your approach.
That's correct. That's correct. And you made another good point, which is slender people are not necessarily healthy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But all, and this is a strong statement, may offend, all overweight people are.
Mm-hmm.
The fat itself is a toxin, and it has to go, and it is an indicator of poor health. It is one of the indicators of poor health. And so, but absolutely, we make the point in education. Please don't assume that because you're slender. I mean, my goodness, a child in a country where food is a scarcity, they're slender. We're not going to bottle that as a wellness program.
Yes.
So we can't use weight per se. We have lots of examples of malnutrition evidencing as being underweight.
Yeah, that's what obesity is. It's malnutrition, overweight.
That's correct. It's malnutrition. It's how malnutrition looks on the fat cats, right, Dr. K?
Right.
That's how it looks.
So
yes,
it's
on
all
the
malnutrition. It's all malnutrition.
That's right. Now, United States might be offended, but that's the truth.
Yes.
We're not, as T.D. Jakes would say, we're not so suchy much. That
Yes.
so that
Yes,
because we're fat cats, it doesn't mean we are okay.
Right. That's the main thing, that it's a sign that you have poor nutrition in your body. So that's the main point that we want to get across. And so when you properly nourish your body, of course, the weight and the toxicity leaves the body and the cells begin to perform better. And so, Michelle, the work that you're doing really is awesome. I'm so excited that the recipients are Dr. Pastor DeGraph and a member of his church, and we're going to look forward to sharing their stories, because right now there's a major epidemic in our community, the African American community, where our young children between the ages of 15 to 30 are now being put on dialysis. So just hearing Pastor DeGraff's story is going to help a lot of individuals understand in the athletic world, sports world, and what they're doing with their bodies and how they can make adjustment when they're giving medical hexing diagnosis of high kidney numbers and not being afraid to really take responsibility of their health care. So we are so excited about his story. We're excited about Christine's story, because that's a history of a family, hereditary, thinking about genes and how you're shifting that energy from being told that through your genes you're going to have something and you have no way of getting away from it. So Christine's story is going to be so inspiring for people to know that epigenetics is true. It's mind over genes and not genes over mind. And so, Michelle, the work you're doing, we're so excited. I'm thankful that we are partnering now, that we have a collaboration going on together, and we will be continuing moving this movement forward with the churches and conscious self-healthcare movement from disease care thinking and how we're taking care of our bodies. So we're going to take a commercial break, and we're going to come back and bring in Pastor DeGraph. And we're just so excited about you, Pastor.
Woo, yes.
Yeah. Are you at your wit's end because there seems to be no solution to your healthcare problem? Is it okay for me to say to you that you can have peace of mind? Take back control of your health. Are you experiencing anxiety, arthritis, diabetes, cancer, fibromyalgia, high blood pressure, lupus, chronic fatigue syndrome, any fictitious disease? Whatever your symptoms or diagnoses are, there is a conscious solution to transform the cause of your pain. Not treat symptoms or mask it. No prescription medication, no over-the-counter drugs, no organs removed are required. Take back control of your health. by the renewing of your mind. You can create wellness today. Contact Dr. K, 202-248-7749. Visit us on the web, www.celllife.com. Yes, that's correct. You are tuned into Heart to Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. We are so excited. We are having a conversation with our 2014 recipients of the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award of the Year. We're talking with the nominator, the person that nominated them, Michelle Edmonds from Serenity Challenge. And my co-host is on the line, Wanda Whitaker. How you doing today? We've already gotten off to a great start on the show. What do you think?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. I'm just listening intently and very excited to hear what everyone has to say.
Yes, Wanda, thank you so very much. Wanda is in Pacifica, California. She's a visionary artist. She actually created the print. The print came to her. It was downloaded to her for Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery Day. It's an awesome print. It has sacred geometry in it, a whole lot of information. Just the vibration of the print will change the frequency in your body and make you start being happy. Make the cells happy, because health truly starts with being happy. And that's the first thing, because health is all about consciousness, and healing is a function of consciousness. And Wanda, you work in that field and supporting people through hypnotherapy to assist them in a number of other modalities that you have that's powerful. And after this show right here, we're going to be getting more into that and how we're going to be having a regular conference call line to assist people with moving to conscious self-care on a regular basis. So I'm thankful that you're always with me and here to share with me.
Thank you, Karen. Can't wait for that.
All right. And so, Christine, introduce our first nominee recipient, Wilton Senior Pastor DeGraph.
Okay. My pleasure, absolute pleasure to be on this program with Pastor DeGraph, Pastor Wilton DeGrapfe of Grace Gospel Tabernacle in Queens Village, New York. And Pastor DeGraph, let me say publicly how much I love you and how much I've enjoyed working with you on this very important initiative, trying to get, first of all, the pastors and their spouses healthy, and then secondly, reaching back to the congregants. And that's exactly how we started. Is it not, sir?
Oh, yes, it is. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I just want to say, Dr. Karen, thank you so much for nominating me for the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award. I really appreciate it. It's an honor and a privilege to be on your show. Thank you for taking the time out to hear all of our testimonies. And Michelle, thank you so much for being our coach, my mentor, and helping me through a difficult period in my life, and not just my life, for my family and also the church. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And with that said, that is how we started. And I'm really glad you mentioned that. We started with you. And we started with Sister Clyrell, your wife. You were actually first. And then you reached out your hand to your congregation. But will you please share your story, sir?
Wonderful. Pastor Graf, we're going to let you continually speak, but we are asking that the program is asking that you do speak louder, closer to the mic piece, so that we all can hear you very clearly. There's someone, 917, that's on the call. We want you to mute your phone. Your area code 917. Please mute your phone. The last numbers are 0338. Mute your phone. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Pastor DeGraph.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Karen. Thank you, Michelle. And I'm just going to start from the beginning. In 2012, I went for a regular checkup, my annual checkup, and my doctor told me that there was some abnormal numbers, and so they called me into the office. I go into the office. She's like, everything is fine. No high blood pressure, no liver, no cancer, no whatever. But we found this one little thing. Your kidney number is just a little high, and we just want to make sure that everything is okay. So they sent me to the kidney specialist. Went to the kidney specialist, did the blood work, did the urinalysis, and they didn't find any kidney disease, just some high numbers. And all the kidney specialist told me to do, he said, well, since we can't find any kidney disease, there's really nothing for us to do. So what I want you to do is go home, drink 8 cups of water, and I want you to eat just like you would eat if you lived on the farm. And that's all he gave me, and he told me to go home. And so I had my lab reports, send it to Michelle, and she looked at it. She came back and she told me some things. But just to even go back even further, how did I get to this stage in life? Well, for over about 25 years, I was studying the martial arts. And at the time when I was studying the martial arts in the 80s and the 90s, our training classes were not an hour. Now, if you go to a martial arts school, your class is normally from 1 hour. But our classes was 2 hours. And so we started off with maybe 100 jumping jacks, just sweating profusely. And again, at that time in the 80s and the 90s, you were not allowed to go drink any water. If you had to drink water, they called you all these names. You were weak, you were soft, you was a sissy. And Dr. K, when we used to sweat, we used to sweat. I mean, we used to sweat to the point where the mirrors are fogged up. There's puddles of water on the floor. And we didn't have, that education to say, hey, you really have to hydrate and you really have to take nutritional supplements. We didn't know that. So years and years of doing that. Now, was I in shape? Could run long distances, do 100 push-ups a pop, no problem. But in 2012, that's when everything, showed up. And another one of my symptoms was dark urine. Wasn't going to the bathroom that frequently. My skin started to get dark because basically I was dehydrated and wasn't getting in enough, vitamins and minerals. Now, for the people that might be on the line that know me, I was always taking vitamins and minerals and green food and stuff of that nature. But what I didn't know is the amount that I was working out with all the sweating. And, I was in the dojo maybe 4 or 5 times a week, 2 hours, sweating profusely, plus working out on my own. What I didn't know is that I couldn't take vitamins and minerals like a person who wasn't working out. I needed to double up on my intake, and I didn't know that. And so eventually it caught up to me. And then what I started to notice when I, just started passing, I started to see other people in the congregation who was overweight. They came up to me and told me they had high blood pressure and things of that nature. And then, through prayer, a light bulb just went off, and I was speaking to Michelle, and she was so nice that she didn't hit me over the head. I said, Michelle, you know what? God has called me not only to be a spiritual advisor, but also a physical advisor with health and nutrition. And so she started laughing. I said, why are you laughing? She said, well, I could have told you that. I just have to wait for you to, to find that out.
Yes,
and
I
so,
know.
And so basically that's how it happened. It happened with me first because it's not starting at the top. If it's not starting with the pastor, then it probably won't happen in the church. And so as a pastor, I am concerned with the spiritual health of the congregation as well as the physical health of the congregation. And, we're going to get ready to hear Sister Christine because she really took the program and ran with it. And so, 2 years later, my kidney numbers are normal. I'm going to start training in the martial arts again, but a lot wiser than I was before.
Right, yeah.
And then, my doctor was saying, well, she didn't think that my kidney numbers were going to come down. And she didn't have any hope. I told her I was not taking any medication. And she said, well, if you don't take medication, this and that is going to happen. And when I came back in, like a year later, because I wanted to get the good nutrition in my body, I wanted to really start to hydrate. And what Michelle did for me, she said, well, what I want you to do is to start to drink water half of your body weight in ounces. So I'm drinking half of my body weight in water in ounces. And what happened? Long and behold, skin started to lighten up.
Something so simplistic. People just... Yeah, family, community. That's just how simplistic it really is. It's not so complicated. Yes.
Something so simple. Urine started to lighten up. The pains I was feeling in my back started to decrease. Had more energy. Going to the bathroom more as far as urination more regularly because I was drinking more water, and got on some good nutritional products. Longevity by the genius Dr. Wallach.
Yes.
And what I love about his theory of taking nutrition and just revolutionize me, and I'm just like, if I can say, like a bull in a china closet, is you take his supplements by your body weight. Oh, my goodness. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And just immediately, after a week of just taking these nutritional products, I can just feel my body starting to change, along with drinking the water. And my diet was clean already. From working with Michelle, my diet was clean. There's certain things that I just don't eat anyway. And I brought some of those, eating principles into the church. There's certain things that we don't eat in the church. And someone that hasn't been in the church for a while, because the person got married, when she came back to the church, she said, oh, my goodness. She said, look at everybody in Grace Gospel Tabernacle. Everybody is so full of energy. Everybody looks so young and so healthy. And if I can say this, I don't want to talk too long. I don't know how much time I have. But I went to my martial arts school about a week ago, and just sitting there talking, because my son is taking martial arts, and I was talking to a gentleman, and we were just talking and just going back and forth. We just met each other. And he said, yeah, man, this working out is really hard. And he said, yeah, I'm 44 years old, and whew, boy, this work is really hard. I said, 44? I said, man, you so young. What are you worrying about? He said, well, what are you talking about? You're younger than me. I said, no. I said, I'm 55, getting ready to be 56. And he said, you lying. I said, no. I'm 55, going to be 56. And he said this. And he said, but look at your skin. That's the first thing that he said. He said, but look at your skin. And he called his brother over. He said, yo, and I can't remember his brother's name. He said, he just told me he's 55, going to be 56. I thought he was younger than me. He said, look at his skin.
Yeah. See, this is what's so amazing about what you're sharing with people, Pastor DeGraph. You're covering some major points here. And so I just want to come in and I want to say that as a doctor of lymphology, and we teach cellular ecology, we share with you information so you know how your cells work and how your cells get into trouble. And see, most people feel and think that the athlete, that person is more healthier than a person that is a couch potato. And that's not true. And one of the reasons why is because how they supplement their bodies with denatured vitamins and minerals, and they drink that electrolyte water that's full of synthetic vitamins and minerals. They're not drinking water. And just because you got a six-pack and you can run and you can do all those things, you're not nourishing your body. And so through the years, that's what you found out, that you were sweating out the little bit of minerals that you were putting into your body. And through the years, even though you were eating correctly, doing your juice and doing things like that, later in life, not too later in life, your numbers began to show that your body was going into a state that was going to cause some major disruptions in what you were doing. And so at the right time, you got the right information from a very knowledgeable nutrition that knew exactly what you needed to do for foundational health. Let's go back and start giving the body what it needs so the body can purify itself. And you simplify that and you follow that routine. And you're now here to say that what they thought, and they know when your numbers of kidneys reach a certain level, they know they're not going to drop because, one, they know that you are not going to drink water. Two, they know you're going to stay on the standard American diet. They just know that you're not going to make these adjustments that's going to allow those numbers to come down and let you know that the body is self-healing, given the right fuel and what it needs. And so you're now telling these young athletes out here that if you're out here doing these supplemental things that you're doing and not drinking good water and giving yourself good nutrition, this is where you're headed at. And that's why I said earlier that statistics are where we are right now, that our kids are not being told in later years of high blood pressure and diabetes. They're being taken straight to dialysis because they're saying there's nothing that we can do for your blood anymore. And that's your responsibility to get your blood and keep your blood clean by providing foundational health and nutrition. That's one of the things that got Michelle and I together, because Michelle and I became associates through LinkedIn, and we mirrored the same kind of information. And so it wasn't until 2013, I think she sent me some information that said Dr. Wallace, and that's when she got my attention, because I've been using his work for years. And because he's awesome, he's wonderful. He's a veterinarian and an ND, and he puts it out there straight. He is somebody's on the line that we're going to have to drop you. We're hearing noise. Your phone should be muted. Thank you. If you can't mute your phone, then kindly hang up. And so Pastor Dr. Wallace, I have been using his information along with the science and anthology for many, many years. I never knew that he had products, and he didn't have products, and they're really not products. You can't do star 76 on this conference line. If you can't mute your phone, then you have to hang up. Thank you. Appreciate that. You can listen in on innerlightradio.com. And so the way that he works and what he's doing, he has, we want to say supplements, but he actually has nutraceuticals and the way they work with whole food supplements to really support the body. So I was really excited to find out that he had actually had a line of supplements, nutraceuticals. And that's when, Michelle, everything clicked for me when I saw Dr. Wallace. Dead doctors can't lie. And your doctor do not outlive the average person that they take care of. And that's the information that he shares. And so what you have done and what you're doing is you're not only covering people to help them with their physical body, but you're also letting our sports and our young people know. And family members out there to listen, you need to really pay attention to your children right now. If they're in the sports, how much are they drinking? How much are they pooping? And how much are they urinating? You must follow your children and see what's going on with them. So Pastor DeGraph is wonderful. And I want to let anybody on the line knows is going through kidney situation. Dr. Chris Johnson, I worked with her for 2 years prior to 2011. She was going to be our first speaker at the first Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery program. Christine, Dr. Chris Johnson was a 15-year dialysis patient when she came to me. She had been on dialysis for 15 years. She was not urinating. They had no place to put no shanks in her body anymore. Her whole body was going down. And she knew through a card that I said that you can create the miracle and change your health. And so I worked with her for a whole year. And her numbers started changing. They were zeros. It was going up. They were getting to see numbers again. After a whole year working with me, she began to feel the body of urination again. Everything was going wonderful for Dr. Chris. And then something happened. She went back and she had one more dialysis treatment, and she didn't wake up the next morning. 6 months later, we understood that they had a recall on the stuff that they give you through dialysis, and so many people were dying in so many states. And so something had happened to a batch of this stuff that they give you, and a lot of people have gotten a hold of it. And so she would be here to tell her story. So I'm letting anybody know right now, if you've been on dialysis for a while and you're not urinating, when you start giving your body what it needs, your body will start correcting itself. If you're on dialysis and you are still urinating, it's time for you to listen and make some changes right now, and you can get off of dialysis. Do not believe that you cannot get off of dialysis. You can when you start giving your body what it needs. If you're told that your numbers are high and they're looking at you and they got 20 doctors around you, get ready to medical hex you, listen to Pastor DeGraph. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in your God and who you trust, and trust your body more and make the changes like he did. Pastor DeGraph?
Yes. Well, I mean, Dr. Cameron, if anybody wants to talk to me, you can give them my number, because I can't keep this information to myself. The information is too valuable. Too many people are hurting, and this information needs to get out, that once you give your body what it needs, it can heal itself. Your body is almost like a car. If you're driving a car and your car uses unleaded gas, and you keep putting leaded gas in your car, something's going to happen to your car. And so we have to start putting in the right fuel that the body needs in order for your body to work and to function properly.
Optimal health anyway, because we know we can survive off of junk food, and we know how the body can break down, and we can lean towards diseases and become victims and feel like we don't have no responsibility. But you're creating cellular malfunctions that when you provide the right fuel for your cells, they will do the right thing for you. It's through conscious creation. And so, we thank you, Pastor DeGraph, for the work that you're doing and the work that you're doing within your church. And I'm so excited to be coming to New York to present you and Christine with the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award. Do a 2-day program. We're going to be there on a Saturday. We're going to do a full workshop. And then on Sunday, we're going to present y'all with y'all awards. And so we're going to take a commercial break, and then we want you to come back and introduce your member, Christine Karmo, to us.
Thank you.
Are you looking to raise funds for your organization? Do you want to help others from becoming a healthcare statistic? If so, join our effort, The Art of Shift, designed to help organizations to increase funds while raising consciousness to a new level of health awareness and abundance through art. Composed to reprogram the subconscious mind, the Emancipate Yourself from Medical Mental Slavery art print by Wanda K. Whitaker symbolizes the breaking away from the old paradigm of putting all the responsibility on the physician to conscious self-care healthcare. The art print contains symbols representing sacred geometry, healing color frequencies, and ancient knowledge. Knowledge that alerts the conscious mind to make a shift towards conscious healthcare. Place your order today and receive the licensing rights to print the image yourself, or buy a print for as low as $15. The choice is yours. For more information, visit www.4celllife.com.
You are tuned into Heart2Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K, and we are so excited. We're talking with the recipients of the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award of the Year. I want to let everybody know that's on the line in the conference room that this is not a conference room phone line. You cannot hit *76 and mute yourself out. So if you cannot mute your phone, we'd like for you to drop yourself from the call and go to the internet and listen to the show. Thank you very much. There's someone that has a line open that's on the call. Can you mute your phone or drop your line if you cannot mute your phone? If you cannot mute your phone, we would like for you to drop yourself. Everybody mute their phones. Somebody has a line open. Okay. Pastor DeGraph.
Yes, Dr. K, I'm still here.
Okay. Caller 5514. Who identify yourself for me? You end in 5514. Identify yourself for me.
That's me.
Okay, thank you, Michelle. Stay right there. Caller 9949. Can you identify yourself for me?
This is Christy Karmo.
Thank you. Okay, caller 7360. We'd like for you to mute your phone. If you cannot mute your phone, then we will drop you. Caller 58. Okay, seem like everybody got it now. Thank y'all so very much. Pastor DeGraph, please introduce our second co-recipient of the Dr. Nathaniel King Self-Care Award. What information you share with her, and then she can share the challenge from her perspective of what she changed in her life.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Karen. And again, I just want to say it again, thank you for the privilege and the honor to be on your talk radio. And I'm just going to introduce my friend, a wonderful person that I do lean on in the Ministry of Grace Gospel Tabernacle. She has been nothing but a blessing to our church and, the congregation. And I'm just going to let her, tell you everything that has happened. Because I can't, preach another person's testimony. Her testimony is powerful, and I just love her so much. So everyone that's on the line, I'd like to introduce Miss Christine Karmo.
Christine, welcome to Heart2Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K and Friends. Before you speak, I want to make sure, Wanda, that you don't have anything you'd like to say to Pastor DeGraph about the story that he shared and the question that he has. I think I'm hearing you. Do you have something you want to say to Pastor before we let Christine share her powerful story?
Well, I just want to talk about water and how important being hydrated is, because nowadays people are talking about alkaline water, and that's the best water for you. Yet people don't know the body can stay alkaline, and you can put cucumbers in your water to make it alkaline. So it's just some little tips
about water. Most definitely, yeah. Cucumbers, lime, lemons, if you can't afford alkaline water. And you have to be careful because you don't want to too over-alkaline your body. And so we have to learn about balance. But the reason why they say alkaline water is because they know the majority of the people in the Western society is full of acid. And, and so they know that your body is not alkaline. So that's the first thing you want to do is create that balance. But we can be too much either way. And so we have to learn how to do balance. And so it's very important. We have to have water. Water is second to oxygen. Oxygen, it pumps electricity, power, and the pumps are your cells. And for your cells to work, they have to be like grapes and not like raisins.
That's right.
And so it's important, but if they are raisins, a little bit of water will pump them up. So that's why whenever you're feeling the way you're feeling, the first thing you need to do is go get some water. And the water will make you poop.
Especially early in the morning.
Water,
yes,
a glass, 2 glasses, it will make you go to the bathroom for sure.
Yes, throughout the day. So, Christine, your story is so powerful because it's going to help so many people that's holding on to family, history, beliefs, and things like that. So, we're going to mute our phones out because we know that you're on a cell phone and we want to be able to let you speak without any interruption. So, we definitely need everybody to have their phones muted so we can hear every word that Christine said. So, please mute your phones. If you cannot mute your phone, then please drop from the call so we can get all this information, hit everything. Welcome, Christine, to Heart2Heart.
Thank you so much, Dr. Karen. It's a great pleasure to share my story, and I hope it can help many people that are listening in on the call. Thanks also to Pastor DeGraph for introducing me to Michelle, because she's the one that taught me the Serenity diet. And I lost 90 pounds on this diet. I started with the church initiative because I am a member of Pastor DeGraff's church, and he was kind enough to bring this information to the congregation. And I felt challenged because I always had obesity issues in my family, as well as my father has diabetes, my mother has severe high blood pressure, my sister has high blood pressure, and I just thought, oh, well, it's part of my family history, and that sooner or later I was going to have this problem. So when the pastor started talking about holistic nutrition, I said, I don't know if that's going to work for me. I've been on diets my whole life. All the diets work, but then as soon as you stop the diet, all the weight comes back. So what's the point? And I was really so tired of being sick and tired. And my general principle of eating was eat whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, which included junk food. And when I went on the Serenity diet and I started to feel the difference in healthy eating, I couldn't believe what a big difference it made. And it wasn't just the healthy eating. You had mentioned Dr. Wallach's products. I started using the liquid vitamins. And I didn't realize that part of the reason why it was so hard for me to stay on a diet before is because I didn't have the vitamins and the minerals that I needed, which could only be utilized in liquid form. I was taking the commercial one-a-day vitamins, which were doing nothing for me. And the other thing I learned in losing the 90 pounds that I lost from October to July, started in October 2012, to July 2013, and I lost 90 pounds. One of the things that I learned was how to talk back to my doctor. Because my doctor had been telling me that he wanted me to go on this liquid diet because my blood pressure was too high and I was obese and I had all this weight to lose. And I kept thinking to myself, wait a minute. I've been on every diet there is. I know all the diets work. I need to learn how to eat. I don't need to learn how to diet. I know how to diet. I know how to lose the pounds. It's how do I live? How do I eat nutritiously? What do I do once I lose the weight? That's the issue. But I didn't know how to do it. So I said, okay, I'll give it 1 more year, 2 more years. I kept arguing with him. Every time I'd go back to the doctor, I'd argue with him. And I finally found the way to eat properly, to take out the dairy products, to use soy milk instead of cow's milk, to not have the carbohydrates in my diet, to learn portion control size. I used to eat large amounts of fruit because I thought, fruit is healthy, so I can have as much fruit as I want. I didn't know any better. And there's plenty of diets that tell you can eat anything, as much as you want, as long as it's cabbage or cucumbers or something that's low in calories. But that's not going to help me. I need to live permanently. I need to learn how to eat permanently. And when I started the Serenity diet with the liquid vitamins, and I need to tell everybody, you know what? This is the way to go. And in learning how to talk to my doctor, I learned how to read my blood tests, which I never even looked at my lab results before. I didn't know what they meant.
That is empowering, yes.
I had no idea what an A1C score is, and I really thank Michelle because she discovered that I was pre-diabetic. Because every time the lab results came, the doctor would say, you're in range, you're okay. And Michelle kept saying to me, no, make him take this A1C test. He's wrong. I had to argue with my doctor to the point where he was asking for a written statement before he would take the A1C test. In the past, I didn't even know what that was. But now, it's totally different. Now, I've learned to be responsible for my health. I see the change in my complexion. My skin is glowing now that I've learned to like salad. I used to hate salad. I shocked myself. I love salad now. But I didn't know any better. And if you don't know any better, you can't do better. So I thank Michelle, and I thank Pastor DeGraph, because this changed my life completely.
Yeah, you made a major statement when you said you knew how to diet. You needed to understand nutrition for the body, and that's the big difference, and that's what Michelle gave you, that opportunity to learn how the cells work and how to better take care of yourself. So, Christine, were you on any medications at this time when you were doing this?
I was on high blood pressure medication. And I am completely off my high blood pressure medication now. I used to be on cholesterol and medication. I'm no longer on cholesterol medication right now. And
wow.
I really love the fact, that I'm not a slave to that anymore.
Wonderful. How is your family viewing this? Because a lot of times when people make this shift and they make the change. Most often time, wow, and they do what you have done, and they're off the medication. Most people tend to think that, oh, she's going to be back on it. She's going to do this. She's going to do that. What is the difference in your movement to conscious self-health care that's going to lets you know that you are moving in the right direction? You have no fear going back the other way.
The difference is that when I tell other people about what they can do just to make little changes, because it's very difficult for people to make radical changes. So I have a girlfriend, and I said, look, just try these liquid vitamins. You don't have to change anything else in your diet. Just try them and see if you feel a difference. Now she's on the liquid vitamins permanently.
It makes a difference, though. Yeah, right. And it really makes a difference. And the reason why that approach worked for her is because of the top ingredients, the formulation of Dr. Wallach with his longevity products. They are nutraceuticals, and they are formulated to work because they give the cells are generated through nutrition. The minerals create your cellular pump activity. And when you give your body what it needs, the cells can perform. Even though you put in the denatured food in your body, the cells are going to begin to regenerate themselves and start working better so she can feel better. And most people feel better with any nutritional products that they take. And then all of a sudden they don't feel that well as they continue to do wrong. But I guarantee you, using his products, you're going to feel better, and you're going to want to shift your energy, and you're going to want to stop eating that food that's tearing your body down. And so that's a good approach to have them just go ahead and start providing good nutrition for their bodies. So that's great.
And the other thing that I'm doing also is I'm cooking healthy recipes, and I'm bringing it to the family table. So I'm introducing tasty meals made with turkey as opposed to ground beef.
Right.
So that's also something that is really helping my family.
Right. They can see. And so that what you have done is you've changed the course of the generation that's coming in your family to know that they're not a victim to the genes of the family, and that because grandma, grandpa, aunt, and uncle had a certain thing, that if I do what my Aunt Christine done, change my view, change my perspective, change the way I eat, change the way I care for my body, look at it as a lifestyle, and then I know that I would not am not doomed to repeat what they have, because I have now shifted my energies from that way of being. And that's what makes a difference, family, is consciousness over it. Conscious must change. You must take control of your mind and where your mind thinking, and take control of your health. If you're going to use the medical industry to determine what's going on with you, then you must read those numbers. You must read your chart. You must know what to ask for. That's a lot of work, really, when you can really just let go of the numbers. But if you're going to do that and you're going to go for those checkups, you have to be well informed and not just take the doctor's word about what's going on with you. Where's your measuring stick for when you go back? All you have is his word. If you don't look at anything and know anything and measure anything, how can you say if you're getting well or if you are getting worse? You don't know what to look at. And so really when you learn cellular ecology, you'll know your own self what's happened to your body. But if you're going to do it that way, then you must learn what Christine learned and be able to talk with your doctor, and don't let them talk at you. And that's the biggest difference for you, would you say?
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So there's a lot of people on the line, and we want to thank y'all for actually coming into the chat room and sharing with us. I know we have about 7 minutes to 10 minutes, and I'm going to allow individuals on the line, if they want to have anything to say, they can share. But first, I want Michelle to come in and share, and Juan to come in and share, and then we'll go down the line and see who's on the line that wants to share something. Pastor DeGraph, Christine, come. I'm so excited. This next year and on, it's going to be a movement, and we're going to really support a lot of people with making a shift. And I'm so happy that Christine and Pastor DeGraph and Michelle, that y'all had this pastors forum that y'all doing. So if anyone on the line that's listening in, you want your pastor to reach out to Michelle or Pastor DeGraph or myself, so you can become a part of the Serenity Challenge with your church. We're here. So Michelle, talk to people how they can do that and be a part of this Serenity Challenge to churches, and how that works a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. First, I want to just give a shout out to Christine. I have to tell you how proud I am of you. I know that sharing. You just need to know that sharing, I know, is not easy. And, girl, you have sure made up for it now.
Well, wow, she did a great job. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't say not another word, Christine. And then in reference to the audience, anyone, please, this information must get to the church. That's why the four of us, really took the time to pull this program together, and why Pastor DeGraph really is at the head of it. You must help us get this message to the church. What is the message? Well, it needs to go beyond talk, needs to go beyond brochures from the American Diabetes Association that ain't worked. It hasn't worked. It ain't working. Let's do a little bit better. Let's do better by our people. We can do better. So let's teach them. Let's teach. Let's give education. Let's give information that they can use. And so the Serenity Challenge is just that. It is a challenge to the pastors, their spouses, to the spiritual leaders. Bring us to the church. Let us help you. Let us help you feel better and give you some information that you need to share with your family. And then, like Pastor DeGraph, reach out your hand and pull along at least a group of 5. Give us 5 testers that will prove our ability, prove that it works. People respond to results, and they do respond to information. So get in touch with me. Again, my name is Michelle Edmonds, Edmonds. Any pastor, any health ministry worker out there, you want to bring this to your pastor, give them my number, probably the best way, and my number is 404-934-5514. Again, 404-934-5514. I want to make a point. Pastor DeGraph, Christine, Karmo are based in New York. I am based in Atlanta. Dr. Karen and company are based in D.C. Wanda, based in California, Pacifica. Notice, none of us have gotten together yet in person. And look how much has happened.
Wow.
This is a virtual program. We have designed it so that we've removed all the excuses. I can't get to the meeting. I'm too busy. Don't want to hear it. Everybody, none of us have seen each other since we started this program, like almost 2 years. It works. We can get to you. It's virtual, and it's replicable.
Yes. Yes. And we're looking forward to honoring you next year, 2015, when you come on aboard this friendship train of collaboration and cooperation and cohesiveness. We're working from the heart field, not the brain of a man-made mindset of human consciousness. We have moved beyond that, and so can you. I am so thankful and grateful for our partnership, for our working together, for our collaboration, Michelle, and it's just wonderful for all the years I've worked with Dr. Wallace Information, for me not to know that he had these wonderful products out there. I just say that's the power of the universe, because it brings conscious mind people together to make a better movement. And so I'm thanking you. I'm thanking you for just keep sending me those emails until we connected.
It was 2 years worth of emails, everyone. Ever so courteous.
But that's the power of remain open and knowing that it's a unity and that it's a we energy and that we work together. And so that's what that proved. And so, Pastor DeGraph, would you like to say something before I allow Wanda to say something as we close out?
Well, I just want to say, again, thank you. It's an honor and a privilege. And, when you do things, you're not expecting to get anything back. You're just reaching your hands out to, to help people because you care and because you love them. Dr. Cameron, do I have the opportunity to give my phone number if someone wants to?
Yes, please.
contact me?
Thank you for wanting to give it. Thank you very much. Go right ahead.
And my cell phone number is 718-690-1238. Once again, 718-690-1238. And then Dr. Cameron, thank you so much. Michelle, thank you. Christine, thank you so much.
I am so looking forward to coming to New York and making greater and brighter things happen for our community there. Thank you for inviting me, and I'm surely looking forward to presenting you all with your awards this year. Thank you so very much. Wanda!
I'm going to defer my comments because I know that we're only working with a limited time, and I'd like for anybody else on the call, if they'd like to make a comment, to do so now.
Thank you, Wanda. We have a lot of people on the line. Anybody want to make a comment, make a statement? This is your opportunity before we close out in the next 3 minutes. Don't everybody speak all at one time. I hear y'all. I know you got something to say. It's all good. Just go ahead and say it. Yes, I've been inspired. Yes, I'm going to do something different.
Okay. If no one has anything.
Well, Wanda, I can do a lot of voices, so I can just...
I'm just going to honor Michelle right now.
Okay, go ahead.
She's such an angel bringing this information to us and to the congregations. I'm not going to say here because I know it's just going to grow. And so I want to take my hat off to her. And also to people having an aha moment, because there's a defining moment when you say no more. When you say, I'm no longer going to be a victim, I'm going to be victorious. And it's time for me to do it now. And all of a sudden, what is an aha moment? Where does it come from? We'll be talking about the aha moments and where does it come from next week and for weeks to come.
Oh, most definitely, most definitely. So I think I have about 4 minutes in closing out, and so I want to share with everybody about stepping up now and what that's all about. Again, Michelle, thank you. You're going to be back on the show. Pastor DeGraph, you're going to be back on the show. Christine, we definitely going to have you back on the show. And begin to support more and more people moving forward. We want to thank you all that came into the chat room, all of you that are listening, and please move this information forward through your spiritual association, affiliation. We're coming to you through virtual reality and through in the form of flesh. So we're here to assist you with moving forward. And so I'd like to say to everybody on my way out, thank you, Jamal, for all that you do for us. And step up now. I'm going to end out with this poem. It's going to run about 3 minutes, and so we're going to close out with it. And we're inviting you all to come aboard our friendship train and to tune back into Heart to Heart Health Living with Dr. K every Tuesday. As you can see, we move you forward with positive information. So step up now. I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages of healthcare, but my mind couldn't think how to let the words rhyme or the lyrics flow. The human body fluids need to move like the oceans of the world, fluidity flowing, free of stagnation, blockages, and lack of quality oxygen. The human mind needs to reach its greatest heights and think like an eagle and realize a dream. I said I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages. Or really is it just disease care and dis-ease care? Nevertheless, I say, wake up everybody. Time to think a new way. Wake up all the doctors. Allopathic, alternative two. Wake up. It's time to practice a new way. The human body needs to be nourished from the greenness of the land. Go live, go green, get healthy, and you will get lean. I said I wanted to write a poem about stepping up out of the dark ages of healthcare, but my mind couldn't think how to let the words rhyme or the lyrics flow. The Pastorian and Darwin's age has now seen its last days. Step up to the future and fly like an eagle as you reach a greater level of wellness today. Come join me on this freedom train as we go for a Harriet Tubman's ride. We're talking about a ride to freedom from pharmacide, nutricide, and yes, oh yes, that sad, and I do mean sad, standard American diet. Come ride with me as you set your minds free. Shh, now. Come on, let's all take a deep breath. And listen here as I whisper in your ear, universal truths that you can hold so dear, because the secrets of healthcare are now being revealed about cellular ecology and the new paradigm, informational healthcare. So step up out of the dark ages of disease care and leap into the new revelation of quantum healthcare. I'm Dr. Karen Khadijah Davis-Foulks. Come on and ride with me as we get on board this train of healthcare freedom. You see, you don't need a ticket. You just get on board and let freedom ring. Let freedom ring from the truth twisted with a lie to keep you on that unrighteous train ride. So I implore you to find and take back your righteous thinking, as Pastor DeGraph and Christine has done. For conscious living through living consciously is the key. So I wanted to write a poem about stepping up the dark ages of healthcare, but my mind couldn't think how to let the words rhyme when the lyrics flow. So what did I do? I created this talk radio show to assist you with stepping up out of the dark ages of disease care. So you transform your life and health, not by force and change. Family and community, it's time to renew your mind. Thank you for tuning in to Heart2Heart Healthy Living. We love you and we are here for you. No matter where you are, you can create a change today. Thank you all. And come get on board. The friendship train.
Shake a hand, shake a hand. Well, talking about the friendship train. Get on board and shake a hand, make a friend. People listen to us now. Harmony is the key, my sisters and brothers. Oh, yes it is. I said harmony is the key, my sisters and brothers. People, we can't wait, 'cause another day might be too late. Come on, get on the friendship train. Everybody, shake a hand, shake a hand.
Greetings, family. We had a great time today on Heart2Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. Thank you so much for tuning in, getting happy, getting healthier. So we invite you to tune in next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Inner Life Radio, the healing frequency. It is time to get happy, to be healthy, and live the life that you want to live. Tune in again next week. Heart2Heart Healthy Living with Dr. K. And we also invite you to tune into the Saging Baby Boomer Show with Mama Ayo Handy Kendi. That's every Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on InnerLightRadio.com, the healing frequency. It's all about love, family, and community. Love is all there is, and we are one.